Welcome to Houdini Wraps Academy. Today we're having a Honda getting wrapped, we're having a Bronco getting wrapped, we're having a Tesla getting wrapped, 2-day class, 8 hours a day. We have 8 students and we're gonna learn all the tips and techniques to get a flawless installation. From other than the color change aspect of the class, we're also gonna go over business tips and how to make money in this industry and be successful. We've been in the industry for 11 years and we've done any sort of mistake you could think of. So our goal is to make sure you're fast forwarding the career and avoid all these costly mistakes that could cost you your business. Let's go back to class. Try to get those fingers a little bit flattened.
Okay.
That way you can work it this way. So let's lift the material up a little bit and get that a little bit flattened more. There you go. Let's go ahead and heat it up a little to relax the film. So like say for example, like right there. I'm just keeping tension. I'm not stretching because I don't want to leave a stretch line. Shimmy it out. So now we could go ahead and close that. But right now we're kind of closed, right?
Yeah.
Not 100%. Let's go ahead and cut this out a little bit more before we start squeegeeing more. Because
Okay.
right now I'm starting to see this tented at a very gnarly angle.
Yeah.
I want that film to just cut and just lay down.
Okay.
But this is stopping us, so we need to cut this off a little bit more.
Okay.
This happens a lot too when you're wrapping boats, RVs, things that you can't take off. I'll be honest with you, these cameras are super easy to come off, but we just had a situation with a Model 3 where the actual connector and the coax cable came out of that. That cost me $1,800 fix. This is one thing I like to do, is called like a shimmy or wiggle. Go up and down to kind of disperse the stress in the fingers, and then lay down. Tack where you need to, tack down, and then squeegee all that out. The film needs to look flat before you can actually squeegee. Now you just got to keep reading your fingers. So depending on how far you want to go, obviously this is a quarter panel, the film will actually go past this, so we'll be pulling from here. So let's assume that the quarter panel ends here. That means you have just a little bit more material that you got to pull from. In this situation, we're just practicing laying the film down, and we're going to use a knife blade. So I'm assuming this is going to be that station, but if this was a full quarter panel on the next one, we're going to have film down here that we could stretch on, because all this is something that's going to be trash anyways. If you want to get rid of these, you got to pull and then lay down. You see how they're gone now? Now you can go ahead and squeegee that down. A little bit more firm pressure. There you go. You could actually use your palm with your glove to actually get that material squeegeed out. You need to pick back, tuck that, and then tuck around there, because right now the film is floating. Same thing right here. Do you see some air pocket right at the edge? That we need to kind of get around. Right here, I would trim that off because it's like late, it's up in the air. So eventually that's gonna trap so much dirt and it's going to start to peel back a little bit. You just got a little tab hanging in the air. I would trim that too. So this part here, we're working on this, right?
Yeah, on that.
Okay. One thing I see, it's not straight. It's kind of wavy. And then you have a finger there, and then you have a finger right here. To me, when you tackle these, I would tackle these high points first, these body lines, hard body lines, work my way upward, and then work my way down. But when I cut, you got to run your blade on the side of the door here with an angle so that you don't cut the door, because here is looking a little wavy here, and that's what's transferring over to this side because it's wavy. So I would just practice that cut a little more. Don't be scared to run your blade on that door. You just got to make sure that you touch the door, because that's your guide to keep it straight. Okay. Always remember, and sometimes I forget that the other side's not wrapped. Just go to the other side and look, because once you have it covered, you don't know what you're looking at. Sometimes you get zoned in on other areas and then you forget.
I ran into that as well, and I was thinking, and you tell me how you feel about it, but what if we took a picture or like a video or something before we wrapped it?
I mean, technically you're supposed to be taking before pictures of all your corners to protect yourself, so front, sides, and all that. But yes, you also want to have some video notes of how you took something apart, maybe how this area looks even up close, just so that you could have some sort of reference to look at. But if you're wrapping one side, you have the other side to look at regardless. But video notes are very important, especially when you're doing removals, like part removals, unless there's no like video on it. But you should be taking before pictures of everything anyways, to cover your ass and also for your before and after pictures.
You want to take a look at this?
Yep.
I had a little right there in the beginning.
Okay.
When we do this part, you said start here.
I would start here and here to kind of get the film to start going in this direction. But once I start, you're gonna have some fingers. I would look to see which is the fingers that are gonna be attacking me the most, and it's gonna be this body line, that body line, and that body line. This one's a little tricky one. So usually I like to tackle these guys, all pretty much almost at the same time. See that? I would probably introduce some heat, but we may not need it. You see how like the finger wants to happen there?
Yeah.
We have to divide that finger in half.